Alright, class, let's move on with the next session of the lesson today, which focuses on grammar. Today, we are going to learn three modal verbs, must, have to, and should. But first, let's begin with the first two modal verbs, must and have to. Let's discover their forms in English sentences by looking at these examples on the screen. Pause the video for 30 seconds and then tell me what the forms of must and have to in English sentences are. Great job, and here is my answer. For the affirmative one, we have subject plus must or have to plus bare infinitive. For the negative form, we add not after must. And for have to, we borrow do or does and add not after them. For the interrogative form, we bring must and do or does to the front of the sentence. Here is how they are used in English sentences. Generally, must and have to are used to say it's necessary to do something at the present. However, have to is more often used to talk about the past or the future. You can take a look at these examples to better understand what I mean. In actual English, have to and must have different purposes when they are used in English sentences. Let's pause the video for 1 minute and read the two contexts on the screen and distinguish the purpose of using these two modal verbs in English. Great job. Here's the answer. For the first context, when the speaker say, I must clean my room carefully for him to stay with me, which means the speaker thinks it's necessary to clean his room before his friend comes. However, for the second context, when the speaker say, I have to clean my room fast, it means he doesn't intend to clean his room. He cleans it because his mom forces him to do so. Are you guys all with me? Let's try it yourself with this challenge. Provide the context for each of the following sentences that justifies the use of must or have to. I must buy some food at the weekend. I have to buy some food at the weekend. Great job. Let's move on with the next session of the lesson today.
In this section, we will discuss a little bit about the negative forms of must, have to, and should. First of all, let's take a look at the example on your screen. Can you find out what they share in common? Good job. We can recognize the word not to show the opposite meaning. From what you have already learned in the previous part, I believe that all of you can easily identify the structure, don't you? Here is the structure. However, be careful where we place not, okay? Let's say we put not after must, but with have to. You need to use an auxiliary verb, do or does, and not, and then put it before have to. A bare infinitive verb follows only modal verb. Next, you use mustn't to express something that you are not allowed to do. If someone say, you mustn't do something, don't do that. But with don't have to, you use it to say something. It's not necessary. If you don't do that, that's okay. On the screen, I have some tasks for you to practice so that you can understand them better. Please think of your answers before we continue, okay? And now we will learn the last modal verb of the lesson today, should and shouldn't. You use this modal verb to give advice, make a recommendation, suggestion, or show your opinion about what is right or wrong, as you can see in two examples. And you also have the structure with subject plus should, shouldn't, plus a bare infinitive verb. And that is all about the grammar lesson today. Let's prepare for the fascinating exercises in the following session.
Now, let's practice by doing some exercises. In this exercise, pick the correct option for each sentence. Now you can pause the video to complete this exercise. Are you finished? Good. Let's see the answers. Number 1. Must is the right answer instead of mustn't because of the following sentence. Older people can offer a lot of valuable knowledge and experiences with their wisdom. Number 2, have is the right answer. The following sentence tells us that wearing uniforms on weekdays is the rule. Meanwhile, don't have to refers to something that is not necessary. Number 3, should is the right answer because children asking parents for permission to do something is to ensure their safety and well-being. However, mustn't refers to something you are not allowed to do, which is incorrect in this case as asking for permission is allowed. Number 4, had to is the right answer because of the phrase in the past, which tells us that the sentence is in simple past tense and we cannot use must for past tenses. Great job! How many correct sentences do you have? Now let's move on to the next exercise. For exercise number 2, find a partner and take turns sharing your family rules or things that are necessary using must, have to, or should, and say if your family is similar or different. Then explain to each other the reason why. If you are alone, that's okay. You can do the following exercise. For this exercise, you should make a complete sentence with must, have to, or should using these cues. Now, you can pause the video to complete this exercise. Are you finished? Here are the suggested answers. How many correct answers do you have? Do you agree or disagree with these statements? Leave a comment to share your ideas. And that is also the end of this lesson. See you in the next video. Bye!